Hello everyone, Rent90. Welcome to some Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. This is I guess, the update video that I wanted to do, but I actually did a couple of other retakes, but I felt I was a little rambling, rambling quite a bit, so I'm just going to focus on, my characters and my ships and I guess some highlights of it. So, as you can see, we're in the top 20 in fleet, which means on some days I'm getting 100 crystals, some days when I'm just busy I'm getting 50 crystals. And then arena, after I got my first GL in SLKR, managed to climb from I think 200 and something in squad arena to inside the top 50, and then I've been kind of slowly going up and kind of settling in between the early 20s and the 30s, somewhere around there. Yeah, well, since getting those GLs, we've been moving up in GAC due to people either not playing or we're just beating bigger accounts because our mods are better than them. So we're in Chromium 2. So let's take a look at our characters first of all. So we're over 4 million, right? So we'll be doing, I'll be doing the Proving Grounds event for the first time, and I'll try and record them. Hopefully I do well in them. So leading off, we have our 2 GLs, right? Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, which I finished in January, and then Rey, we finished Rey this month. So I'm recording this on March 30th, so I think I finished this at the beginning of March, I believe, and managed to get her to Relic 7 just before the start of Conquest. I think it was the day before the start of Conquest, I managed to get Rey to Relic 7. So yeah, we have the 2 GLs, but we don't have a lot of other stuff, right? Depth-wise, I do have a lot of issues. So obviously I do have, a lot of first order units because you need all of them. So thank you Lightspeed bundles for those. For Rey, we have a lot of resistance, including a 7-star Zori, although she is very low gear, so not very useful on the Finn team just yet. And it's going to take a while before I can make her useful. Because of the Chirotex. I am working on Star Killer right now, and then I'm just most likely going to delay Cal because of the new Datacron. So among units that I did not, that are not journeys, and I didn't buy them because I bought every single bundle. If you don't know that by now, if you don't look at the roster, Wampa was a project that I wanted to work on pretty early. For the Jedi Knight, and it's needed for the Jedi Knight Luke journey, so everything's good there. She's pretty fast, if I do say so myself. 239 speed, and we haven't even upgraded them to 6-dot mods yet, so she could probably be in the mid 240s, which is pretty good. So every time I see a General Grievous team in GAC, I'm happy because Wampa can womp. In terms of the other characters, I guess Dash had put the Omicron. That was a mistake. I probably shouldn't have done that, but it's done. Can't really do much about it. What other characters have I did so on my own? I mean, obviously, I did Palpatine on my own. I did Vader. Vader was Relic 5 that I bought. And then you kind of see here the Gear 12s that are stuck in between, right? The Geos, my Imperial Troopers. Getting that Imperial Trooper team up was a pain, right, to say the least, because of the amount of Kairos needed for Moff Gideon, for Dark Trooper. So if I didn't do that, I probably would have gotten my GLs a lot quicker, unfortunately. But, I can do CT1 and, I can get some Kyrotech back, and that's not too bad. CLS team is also another one that's still gear 12, except for 3PO and Chewie, who's on gear 10. Once again, the Kyro crunch is not helping me a bit. Captain Rex is also gear 10. We finished farming him before he even turned to double drops, which is nice. Obviously, because we got C-3PO, we managed to get the Ewoks there. And the other stuff were just units that are just level 1 7-star that I probably should work on, but I just haven't. So, yeah, nothing too crazy in terms of my characters. I lack a lot of depth in GAC, so now that I'm in Chromium, I need more teams. I just can't do it. So, yeah, nothing much I can do other than to just keep plugging away and hopefully get some better mods, so on and so forth, and we'll manage. We'll be okay. I'm not too worried. And then of course Barris is a unit that I do want to work on to like 5 to get to put on the raid team. So we're doing Barris to Relic 5, and then on the way we're getting Scar Killer done. And once we're done with Barris, I'm gonna actually start on some Executor requirements, right? Like for example, we have Darth Vader that needs to go to Relic 7, Boba Fett Relic 8, P at Relic 8, Beskar Mando. We don't need him at Relics, but I think I want to bring him to Relic 3 at least. Would actually help with the Scoundrel team and GAC as well, so that won't be a terrible investment. You can kind of see what we're farming right now. Because of my complete lack of Jedi, I do want to work on some Jedi units, or to unlock Jedi Knight Revan at least. So Zalbar, Jolee Bindo, Mission, Bastila. Hopefully I'm not missing someone, but yeah, I need those units. I think T3s are 5, and we bought them. So yeah, I do need those units at a decent level and with mods to get that Revan team, because I'm struggling with the assault battles, and I'm realizing my mistakes. So that's something that we're working on. And yeah, there's nothing much really to say other than, I'm really happy with my 2 GLs. Thank you, CG, for giving us the doing the hard work, right? The heavy work for us in terms of getting a lot of Relic 5 tunes. So those are our characters. So let's go to ships for quickly. So if we take a look at capital ships here, obviously to get the Radis and Finalizer to 5-star, we needed a 7-star capital ship, right? So we had Executor available, and we had Home 1 available. So with those 2 ships, we easily unlocked Finalizer and Radis. Chimera was another option when we got the Rebel bundle. It was easy to get to 7-star. And Endurance, we're going to get to 7-star next month. Malevolence, I think we're going to unlock next month. So I actually upgraded General Grievous a couple days ago to get them to gear 12. Just so I have another fleet, because being in Chromium, I do need 2 fleets on defense and 2 fleets on offense. So if I get a Malevolence fleet, I can stick an Executrix fleet on defense. And then I can stick the Malevolence fleet on defense, and then just go offense with Finalizer and Chimera. So that'll be the plan there. But I do lack a lot of depth in terms of ships. So I do have the ships that I got from the Lightspeed bundle, Slave 1, Xanadu Blood. Ahsoka's ship was also Lightspeed. First Order Special Forces TIE Fighter is also from the bundle. Razor Crest obviously is not, right? You have to get it from Fleet Energy Store, but we got that long time ago. And then, you have the 3 ships, the remaining 3 ships here, right? Imperial TIE Fighter, we have to get them to Relic 5 for the Executor. IG-2000, level 85, get the tune to Relic 5 again, I think. It's not 3, I think it's 5. For Executor, and then our Imperial TIE Bomber, which, we don't need to worry about pilot, just have to upgrade that ship. So one thing I do have to focus on is getting that Hyena Bomber unlocked, because once we have it unlocked, we can kind of use it as a tank, because the Hyena Bomber is a tank. If we take a look here, yes, it is a tank. So I'm gonna have to need to get that ship alongside the Malevolence and then use it somewhere. We're not gonna have enough credits to upgrade both of them, so it's gonna be a work in progress like usual. So a lot of these ships that you see that have Relic 7s, Relic 5s, those are ships that were bought here. So Echelon was not part of the bundle, was not needed to unlock the finalizer, so we do have to slow farm the TIE Echelon, and we are 87 shards away, which hopefully, what, 2.5, 3 months? We might get another double drop, so it might be a little quicker than that. Han's Millennium Falcon, low-key is really good, even at gear 12, so that's something, if you're watching, to think about. And then, of course, we have our Geos and Vulture Droid, which we had to farm the slow way. And Comeuppance for Radis, TIE Defender for Thrawn. Not very developed, going to be something that I figure out far down the line once we get through get through our executor requirements. So because that is something that we need to focus on to stay on track in Fleet Arena. I'm not even focused as much to go into the top 10 as much as I'm focused on trying to stay in the top 20 as much as I can. So yeah, so these are my ships. Nothing too crazy here. And then I guess before we go, we'll take a look at some Datacrons. I am in GAC. I've been realizing that a lot of people don't really interact with Datacrons, so I am someone who wants to interact with them just because if it can give me an edge and help me win matches, that could mean the difference between finishing last and finishing in 5 to 7 bracket, or finishing or getting top 4, right? Or even winning. So having these Datacrons, I have a Fincron, I have a Raycron, and then I'm building this Sith Datacron. Hopefully I can get something decent. I don't really care about the level 9 because I don't have Darth Sidious, I don't have my Sith Assassin is not very good, and my Dooku is not very good either. So I'm mainly hoping to get to level 9 so I can adjust a couple of the stats, re-roll them. So yeah, those are my Datacrons. Unwavering Courage, I didn't really work too much on them. I'm just waiting for them to expire. But Escalating Conflict, there's a lot of Resistance Crons, something I'm very looking forward to. I might try and eke out a 4th Cron before the end of Conquest, but I'm not really expecting much from there, so we'll see, right? So yeah, that is pretty much our roster. That was a very abbreviated review of what I have. There's a lot of work to do. There's a lot of mods that I need to work on. They're not exactly the quickest thing, but everything is a work in progress. I have a decent gem count. I got 1,879 crystals. I spent some, right? So I'm slowly gaining crystals again, and I'm going to need to save that for whatever I need in the future, right? So I'm not buying packs. I have this. I didn't buy any relic amplifier packs this time, just because I didn't have the crystal income. So yeah, that is pretty much a quick overview of the roster. I will be uploading Grand Arena, this week's Grand Arena, in all 3 parts before the week starts, I guess, by the end of the how would you call it? By the end of the gap period, okay, for the first week. So anyways, hope you enjoyed that very, very quick abbreviated summary of my roster, and hope to see you again soon. Bye.